So if you've ever played around with an AI, you've probably had this happen. You get an answer that sounds so polished, so confident, and yet you know it's completely made up. Well, today we're going to dive right into that weird, strange world of what's called AI hallucination. Yeah, it's that feeling. You ask something pretty straightforward, and the AI comes back with this perfect, super confident answer. But your gut is screaming, nope, that's not right. It's this bizarre, almost surreal experience that, let's be honest, is happening more and more. And this really gets to the heart of the whole thing. I mean, how can a machine be so sure of itself, yet be so incredibly wrong? And look, this isn't just some small bug in the system. It's actually one of the biggest challenges we're facing as we try to figure out how to work with and, actually trust AI. And I'm sure you've seen this yourself. Maybe you were asking for a historical fact or some code or even just a recipe for dinner. The AI doesn't hedge its bets. It never says, I think this is right, or, well, maybe. No, it just presents its fiction as total fact. And that's the part we really need to get our heads around. So, what do we even call this weird behavior? Well, the tech world actually has a name for it: AI hallucination. And yeah, it might sound a little dramatic, but honestly, it's a pretty spot-on description of what's happening. Okay, so what is it exactly? It's more than just a simple mistake, right? A hallucination is when the AI just makes stuff up. It generates information that's completely false or nonsensical, but it serves it up to you like it's gospel truth. And here's the key thing to get. It's programmed to always give you an answer, even if that means it has to invent one on the spot. And this is what makes it so different from a human just getting something wrong. When we're not sure about something, what do? We hesitate. We say things like, I think so, or don't quote me on this, but an AI doesn't have that sense of doubt. It's just a machine calculating the next most likely word to follow the last one. And it does that with maximum 100% confidence, even if that path leads it completely off a cliff into total fiction. All right, so it's a weird tech quark. Big deal, right? Well, it turns out it is a big deal. The consequences of this can be way, way more serious than just getting a wrong answer to a trivia question. The original post we're digging into today uses this really powerful metaphor. It says, don't burn the house down. Now, obviously, we're not talking about a literal fire here. It's about the incredible destructive power of blindly trusting information that sounds confident, but is actually completely false. Because, make no mistake, the dangers here are very, very real. If we don't keep these hallucinations in check, they can spread misinformation like wildfire. They can lead to terrible decisions in really important fields like finance or even medicine. And, maybe worse of all, they can completely destroy our trust in these powerful new tools. I mean, if you can't trust the answers, the whole system just becomes useless, right? So what's the solution then? Do we just throw our hands up and give up on the technology? No way. While your first reaction might be to get frustrated, the real answer isn't to just walk away from AI. It's about getting to the root of the problem and fixing it there. Look, it's super easy to get frustrated, to feel like the AI is just lying to you. But it's not being malicious. You have to remember, it's just a reflection of the data it was trained on. It's like a mirror. And that right there, that's where the solution is hiding. It all comes down to two simple words: better data. That's it. The source of the problem, and therefore the solution, isn't some weird personality flaw in the AI. It's all about the information it was built on in the first place. The answer really is better data. So what does better data actually mean? Well, it's a few key things. First, it means carefully curating the sources the AI learns from, making sure they're accurate and reliable. Second, it's about cleaning that data, getting rid of all the errors and inconsistencies. And finally, it's about constantly refining the model with fresh, high-quality information. You've heard the old saying, right? Garbage in, garbage out? Well, the reverse is also true. Quality in, quality out. Okay, so as we start to wrap this up, what's the one big idea you should walk away with? What's the thing to remember the next time you're talking to an AI? It's this, and this is absolutely crucial. An AI's confidence is not a measure of its accuracy. Let me say that again. Its confidence has nothing to do with how right it is. It's just a reflection of the patterns it found in its data. It's a programmed feature, and we should never, ever mistake it for real certainty. And that leaves us with one final thought. The next time an AI gives you one of those perfectly phrased 100% confident answers, what are you going to do? Are you going to trust its confidence? Or are you going to stop and question its data? The choice really is up to you.